Hi, this is Usho, and welcome back to the Yawhg. I played it a couple of days ago, and yeah, it's kind of silly. It's just a little RPG. You control a couple characters and see how they end up after 6 days, I think it is, or 6 weeks. So this time we're going to go all out. We're going to do all 4 characters. So everyone's going to get a go, and yeah, we're just going to do some random stuff and see what kind of endings we can get. Let's play. The Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it, not one of us. We just keep on living our lives week by week, unaware. Okay, so there's 4 different characters. Let's try and give them a different kind of role. So if we try and make one like a fighter, one like a magic person, one a thief, you know, this kind of stuff. So first up, let's enter the arena. Let's compete. You spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. More physique and finesse. While wandering around the halls between matches, you spot your former lover, Kelly. An awkward exchange happens, in which you want to know how they're doing without seeming to care too much. After a few minutes, John, one of the most popular fighters in the arena, butts into the conversation. Hey Kelly, sorry to interrupt, but we've got to take leave right away if we want to make it to your mother's in time. You say an awkward goodbye as they walk off holding hands. How do you feel? Happy for Kelly? Jealousy. You become extremely grumpy for the rest of the week. You lose charm. Okay, while you're no fun to be around, you channel your rage into working out. You gain 2 physique. Yes. Alright, next up. Let's send this guy to the taverns. Let's drink. Spend the entire week getting wasted. Lots of charm. One day while in the tavern, a heated argument erupts between 2 patrons. Soon enough, fists are flying and everybody seems to be joining in on the violence. Break up the fight. You jump on top of the table and yell a plea to the patrons to stop the violence. The patrons ignore you completely and continue attacking one another. You go to sleep that night, thinking a little less of the human race. You lose charm. Okay, that didn't work out. Next up, palace. Administration work. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You paid wealth and gain 1 mind. One day, you decide to lean up against a wall just to take a break. It rotates as you apply pressure, and you stumble down a set of stairs. You enter a large dusty room filled with barrels. You found the king's famous wine cellar. Secret party. Keep quiet. Secret party. You send invites to everyone you know. No one shows up. You decide to drink your sorrows away all alone. You down a glass after glass and quickly black out. When you come to, you find yourself in a home you don't recognise, in only your underwear. Your clothes are nowhere to be found, and you seem to be the only one home. What happened? Okay, that was weird. So this one, off to the hospital. Let's clean up. You spend the week steeling your mind against the horrors of the hospital, making sure it's clean as can be. 1 mind, 1 physique, 1 wealth. Okay, patient comes into the hospital with sores no one's seen before. We did this one before. While walking by the bedside, he looks to you and rudely asks for a glass of water. Yeah, have some water. You bring him a small glass to quench his thirst. He takes a large sip, swigs it around, and then spits it on you. The water hits you in the face. After cleaning up, you scold the obviously insane man for spitting on you. That night when you get home you feel dizzy and start having vivid hallucinations about ancient wizards. You got some magic. You lose mind. Okay, that was the first week. They say the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart, but that was so very long ago. Week 2. So this one is the one we want to be strong, isn't it? What should we do? Let's go to the forest and hunt. You spend the week hunting defenseless critters. 2 finesse and sell the pelts for wealth. One day you hear hundreds of footsteps rumbling through the forest in your direction. It's an orc raiding party. What do? Hide or charm them into not killing you. I want to fight them anyway. Let's fight. The orcs listen to nothing you say and capture you. In your holding cell, you contemplate the weight of your immortality. You lose 1 mind. The next morning, the orcs are all gone, and your cell is unlocked. Okay, so what happened? This one was in the tavern. Go to alchemy. Let's clean the lab. You spend the week cleaning up noxious chemicals. You're paid 1 wealth for your labour and gain 1 physique and 1 magic. One day, you hear one of the alchemists shout Eureka. When you look over to see what he's done, you spot a small, previously dead ferret come to life. I figured out the antidote to death, the alchemist exclaims. The undead ferret lets out a horrific noise and lumbers about slowly. Destroy the abomination. You smack the ferret off the counter and stomp on it until it starts twitching. The alchemist is horrified. You gain 1 physique though. Alright, this one. Let's go to the slums, and fight crime. You spend the week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique and 1 finesse. One night you hear a cheering coming from an alleyway. Peering in, you see a crowd of men cheering on dogs violently, ripping each other apart. One of the men spots you and asks, "Oi, would you like to participate in our little betting game? Bet on the dogs?" "Stop, I'm fighting crime." You try and convince the gamblers that dog fighting is wrong. Your words fall on deaf ears. Very quickly, they get quite angry with you. One of them walks up to you and pulls out a knife. You don't feel like you got the speed or strength to match this guy. You run away, hoping he won't follow. Well, that didn't work out. This one, off to the gardens. Meditate. You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. Over the course of the week, you notice yourself growing more and more spiral-shaped sores all over your body. One day, they grow into a vibrant blue. You feel your magical power grow even stronger, while your mind slips further and further. More magic. You lose 3 mind. In no time, the sores are glowing so bright that they hurt to look at. Someone rushes up, asking if you're good. With only a glance, you set him aflame. Then you let out a scream, shakes the earth and shatters the skulls of all nearby. A river of blood coats the ground as you walk about, reveling in your destruction. You black out. And when you come to, you're at home in your bed. It was all a dream. Your sores have faded, and you feel like the disease's symptoms have passed. It was honest in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook, and the air went still. Week 3. What should we do? Physique is 9. So try and make him stronger? Back to the arena. Fight. Fight brutes. Get nice and strong. I didn't see what it said. Let's punch him in the face. As you walk by, you take a swing. John tries to duck, but you're too fast. Your fist connects and knocks several of John's teeth loose. Oh, that was the guy who took your partner. Your rage ended up severely injuring someone. You lose 1 charm and 1 mind. It was a nice punch though. 2 physique, 2 finesse. Okay, this one. What was he up to? Off to the hospitals. Tend to patients. You spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day, the bloodletting leeches somehow escape from their containers. Leeches start flooding into the hallway. There are people screaming everywhere as leeches slither toward them. "Somebody do something," yells one of the doctors. "Zap it with magic. Use yourself as bait." I haven't got any magic, so bait. You start taunting the leeches to lead them back to their containers. The leeches swarm all over you. You're subject to a vicious series of bites before the leeches get bored and take off. You lose 2 physique. The leeches make their way out of the hospital and end up infesting all of the nearby waterbeds. Okay, that didn't work out. What's this one good at? Good at mind. About the alchemy. Brew a potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day while in the tower, one of the alchemists asks you to watch his potion while he's out. Soon after he leaves, the potion begins bubbling out of control. If you don't do something soon, it's going to explode. Throw out the window, drink it. You quickly drink the potion. Your stomach can't seem to handle the potion. Fire erupts from your esophagus, and for a solid minute you're shooting a jet of fire from between your lips, which burns. You lose 2 physique. What a learning experience though. Got 1 mind. This guy, off to the palace. Attend the ball. You spend the week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day, the court jester approaches you. "Would you like to learn to juggle?" he asks. "I'll teach you everything I know for a small sum." Yeah, I've got money." You spend the day with the jester practicing your juggling technique. You improve dramatically. 2 finesse. You gain another 2 finesse. You happily pay the jester for his services. You lose 1 wealth. And then the world was a howling fury, chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half. Week 4. Let's stay in the arena. Let's try and get this one as buff as we can. Compete in the fights. Yes. One day, in between matches, you stumble upon one of the higher rank fighters ingesting illegal strength potions. "Please miss, don't report me," she cries. "I'll even share some of my potion with you if you keep quiet." Report her. You report the fighter to the arena officials. They thank you for bringing it to their attention and hand you a small sack of coins. Money. The fighter is investigated and receives a lifetime ban from the arena. This dude, what's he good at? Not much. Bit of an all-rounder. Go to the forest. Chop some wood. You spend the week cutting down trees for the village. 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. One night, through the trees, you spot a group of cloaked figures all standing in a circle. They're chanting in unison. O mighty lord of the night, master of beasts, bringer of pain and derision, you accidentally step on a twig, producing a loud cracking noise. They immediately stop chanting and look over into your direction. Take 'em on, run! As you're running through the forest, you trip on a twig and fly face first into a tree. You lose 1 physique, and you wake up covered in leaves. It appears that they never found you though. You have a terrible headache. You lose 1 mind. That wasn't good. Okay. This one's good at mind. Where should we go? Hospital? Let's tend to patients. Spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day, while in the maternity ward, you notice a woman about to give birth. The baby she births is no ordinary baby, however. The skin is pitch black and shiny, and its eyes glow like an orange flame. It wrestles itself from the doctor's hands and tries to fly away. Stop the demon, yells the doctor. Use your strength, use your magic. Magic 7, I guess, is higher than our physique. With a wave of your hand, you put up a magical barrier blocking the exit. The baby breaks right through and flies off into the night sky. That didn't work. This one's got good magic actually. Off to the alchemy tower, brew a potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, you hear cries for help coming from the next room. Running over to investigate, you see the alchemists have accidentally created an ooze monster. How do you dispatch the ooze? Punch it. We've got magic. Let's do the magic thing. You pulverize the ooze into a puddle with an array of magic spells. The alchemists all cheer. You gain 1 charm. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild, move on and be strong, or have we forgotten? Alright, week 5, 2 more to go. Yeah, I'm staying with the arena. I'm going to make this one as buff as I can. Compete in fights. That's it, nice and strong. One day, in the middle of a match, a small baby with jet black skin and glowing eyes flies into the centre of the arena. They were born last week. Fire erupts from its eyes, melting the flesh off one of the fighters. The baby then shapeshifts slowly into a gargantuan horned demon. Before I go on a murderous rampage, will anybody dare challenge me to a duel? Asks the demon. Yeah, let's go. Well, look at what we have here, the demon says, responding to you stepping forward. You pull out your weapon, ready for combat. The demon tilts its head forward and charges. You run full speed at the charging demon, with your weapon raised above your head. You cleave right through the demon. It bursts into countless black tendrils, and then pierces through your body. Whoops. You gain 2 physique. You gain 2 finesse. We're doing good. You gain 2 mind. Wow, we got a bit of everything there. This guy's a bit weak at everything. Go to the slums. Pickpocket. You spend the week performing petty theft. You got some wealth and finesse. One day, while wandering the slums, you notice that the stones used to line the road seem to have a certain pattern to them. You don't manage to figure out the mystery, but you still feel pretty smart for noticing the patterns of the tiles. You gain 1 mind. Okay, she's got a lot of mind. What, is that good? Go to the palace and do administration work. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. Got some more mind. One day you accidentally bump into a duke. What? He stops mid-sentence. Oh, it's you. He blushes. Why haven't you come to visit me? You said you would. Who are you? Just pretend like you know what's going on. You practice your nodding along and faking that you're listening technique. You gain 1 charm. You may have accidentally agreed to dinner or something, but it's too late now. This guy's got lots of magic. Shall we keep doing the magic? Brew potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, an artificer stops by for a visit. She's adorned with magical gadgets and gizmos, and is followed everywhere by her clockwork spider. The alchemists of the tower all go out on their way to impress the artificer, offering her an array of potions and elixirs. However, as she leaves, she turns to you and says, I like you. She offers you a choice of one of the trinkets. Clever thoughts, swift movements. The ring of clever thoughts. The ring grants you 3 mind. The alchemists are all jealous of me. Okay, the Yawhg is almost here. Almost. This is the last week. It's time for all our final tweaks. Alright, let's keep fighting in that arena. Nice and strong. During the match, another warrior's weapon is knocked from their grasp. You barely manage to avoid it. With a sickening crunch, it destroys the knee of a nearby bystander. He accuses you of causing him harm by not stopping the flying weapon. He takes you to court. What should we do? Offer to settle. I've got money. You settle out of court and lose 3 wealth. That's fine. This one. Where should we go? Let's go to the tavern. And we'll bartend. You spend the week serving drinks at the tavern. You earn 1 wealth in tips and gain 2 charm. One day, an impromptu drinking contest is held. Enter. You down pint after pint, drinking as if your life depended on it. You end up blacking out. When you come to, you find yourself in a home you don't recognise, in only your underwear. Your clothes are nowhere to be found, and you seem to be the only one at home. What happened here? Okay, lots of mind. Let's try alchemy. Brew a potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. 2 magic, 1 mind. One day, all the alchemists decide to take a break from work and instead throw a cantrip party. One alchemist waves his hand and produces confetti in front of him. Another spawns a seemingly endless number of doves from his sleeves. Then all the alchemists turn to see what you can come up with. Simple trick, complex. We've got, I don't know, let's try complex. With a snap of your fingers, you bring a chair to life. You sit atop it and ride it around the room. Everybody else is quite impressed. You got some charm. This guy's got lots of magic. I can't go to the alchemy tower. No, can't do that. Where should we go? Let's go to the palace. I don't know, administration work. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day, you overhear the jester tell a joke to a group of people. Everyone laughs, but you didn't understand the joke. Try and figure it out on your own. Several hours later, you figure it out, and a small chuckle is heard. All that thinking gave your mind a workout. You gain 1 mind. The storm arrives in the night. By the morning it still rages. For 3 full days the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Is it? Are we? Past saving? Okay, the Yawhg has come. Everything is trashed. So we need to decide on the role of each of the people. So what do we want to do? Town drunk, looter, tailor, smelter, doctor, conjurer, builder, leader. I've got 21 physique. This is probably my strongest character. Shall we... I think you need charm if you want to be a leader, don't you? So, if we got physique, let's build some stuff. You take it upon yourself to help rebuild the town by hand. You rebuild homes at breakneck speed, impressing the rest of the survivors. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. That's a good one. This guy didn't get a lot done. Town drunk. You scavenge together as much alcohol as you can and drink excessively. You gain 2 physique and 1 charm. This one's got a lot of mind. So, what's that good for? I've got some magic. Let's be the doctor. You take it upon yourself to help the sick and injured from the Yawhg. Despite your vast medical knowledge, your hands are too shaky to save some patients. You lose a few, but manage to save most of them. This helps the survival effort quite a bit. Nice. 1 more to go. Lots of magic. So we gotta be the conjurer, yeah? You take it upon yourself to help conjure up supplies for the town. With your magic, you summon supplies of the highest caliber. With little effort, you're summoning high quality lumber and food from out of nowhere. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. We did quite well, I think. And so, we set about our tasks, once more living our lives, this time in a way we might never have expected or even wanted. But in the end, let's find out what endings we got. It was a struggle, but a struggle we never abandoned. Though our home had been stripped apart, we did not let it languish, and whether we succeed or fail, we did our best. Who knows if the Yawhg will visit us again? Who knows if we'll ever be, can ever be, ready for it? So how did we do? How did we get on? With the town being rebuilt, you are properly recognised as the one who slew the horrible demon in the arena. A holiday is created in your honour, and you're paraded around the city annually. You never have to buy anything, as everyone gives you things for free. It's not all amazing, however. You've noticed, ever so slowly, small bumps started to poke out of your forehead, returning into a demon. One day, on your way home, you spot a one-armed man in your entranceway. He walks up to you. "I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I must end you before it's too late," he says. He pulls out an enormous blade from inside his jacket. He swings the blade around wildly. You catch the sword between your hands and snap it like a twig. It cuts you, but only just barely. You grab one of the blade shards and jam it into his throat. He drops immediately. You leave the gurgling man to die and walk into your house. While washing your hands off, you'll notice you're oozing pure darkness instead of blood. Whoops, you turned into a demon. The Yawhg traumatized you deeply. This is the next guy. We made him the drunk, didn't we? Despite everything starting to be okay now, something in you snapped. Maybe it was witnessing a baby floating face down in the water. Maybe it was when you found a man skewered on a fence, still squirming slightly, his eyes in an empty void. Perhaps it was when you saw a group of kids that was trapped in the school, had resorted to eating their rotting teacher's corpse. Whatever it was, you can't help but drink. You drink so much, you're not entirely sure what's real and what's an illusion. One day, you look into a mirror and your eyes are empty, hollow. That's a bad ending. Okay, next up, the Yawhg changed you, probably for the better. With the town being rebuilt, you eventually decide to retake your role as a doctor in the hospital. There you make friends with another doctor. The two of you do everything together, you're inseparable. Eventually, you even decide to get an apartment and live with each other. Then your friend gets married and everything changes. Their spouse has to move away to a new town and your friend follows. You try and keep in touch by mail, but the letters start to come less and less frequently. You try to fraternise with the other doctors. While they're all nice people, nothing can compare. Why are all of these endings so bittersweet, you know? Oh well. With the town being rebuilt, you spend nearly all of your time in the alchemy tower. You try desperately to research a cure for that mysterious spiral sore disease that caused you to hurt all those people. All that time in the lab begins to take a toll on your body. You notice spiral sores beginning to resurface on your skin. Not wanting to repeat the past, you walk out to the docks and jump into the water. Wow! You swim out as far as possible. A faint explosion was spotted on the lake that night. Some say it was the birth of a new star. Oh, there's some dirty endings, really horrible endings. I tried hard, but I'm not going to be able to get a super happy ending, am I? But yeah, this is a really fun game. Quite random, quite unpredictable some of the stuff that happens, but I did enjoy it. And that was the Yawhg, and this is Lucio signing off, and hopefully I'll see you next time.